and welcome back, guys. You are gaming with me, Brothgar, and today I've got a special day for you because I have upgraded my system as far as my VR system goes here for playing Overwatch. So before we jump into this match here and kind of get into some gameplay, let me go ahead and show you just how I've got this all set up. Alrighty, guys, so here is my setup. I have Overwatch playing on the top left here. You can see it doing its thing, and then I have two versions of Trinus open. The only reason I have two versions is because I have two separate devices. This one here is an older device, but it has a gyroscope, but my new phone, unfortunately, does not have a gyroscope in it, so that's why I have two versions open. The bottom version there is not sending any sort of video. You can see, even though it's moving the mouse rate down, it's no video, just sending mouse, and then the top version is doing all of the graphics right there. You can see the frame rate, 56 and 43. 56 is what it's able to render inside of our software, 45 is what it's receiving on the display itself. And this display is inside my headset here, and you can see how that is in 3D. It's flipped upside down right now, but if I were to click inside the game here, you'll see it take over, and there it is. So now it's moving around, doing its sort of thing inside the game. So that just goes up in here, and then I put this whole thing on. In case you're wondering what headset this is, it's little VR Magic. I'll have a link for it down there in the description below if you want to go check it out. It is a big upgrade from the days when I was using Google Cardboard. You can see the whole screen, and it is actually quite clear as opposed to only the center being clear with this thing. So yeah, now that I'm in the game, I can look around, look up, look down, look left, right, use my keys to move around. So I can kind of go like this, look up the stairway, move to the right, keep moving, and then come back to the center. You can see maybe using head tracking isn't going to be the best thing. I can also use my mouse still, though, and aim just like normal. Anyhow, though, let's go ahead and jump into this game, and I'll give you some of the pros and cons of working here in VR. Alrighty, so we're back in the match here. We're waiting for things to start. I am playing Symmetra. The reason I'm playing Symmetra is, one, because support classes are a little bit easier to play, especially when it comes to playing here in the VR. The reason that you do have a little bit of challenge when it comes to playing VR is that there is a slight delay when it works for like re-encoding across the Wi-Fi, which is how this works. It runs across my Wi-Fi system. You can run it across USB, but I've had difficulty with my device specifically for that reason. So, yeah, so the other reason when we're getting into here, some of the other pros and cons, is the fact that you actually move around like this. You're kind of locked to a certain direction. So, for example, if I look this way, I always have to move this way. It's not like my head is just a joystick that I then kind of, this moves the camera to the right, and then when I move back to center, it stops. So I'm pretty much always looking in the same direction, and since there's a keyboard and mouse in front of me, I can't really ever turn around or look backwards. Looks like we're getting flanked up here. I don't know how I caught that damage. Anyhow, though, a big upgrade from this one since my last one is that I've got a much better resolution. I'm up to 600 vertical lines right there. We got somebody on our point, though, so let me go ahead and drop this down. Come on, guys. Get him, get him, get him. There we go. Oh, he's still here. There we go. Good job, guys. A couple of things I can't necessarily see or make out as fast when it comes to action in this game. It's just because the perception is quite a bit different. Everybody is right there in front of you, and you really just gotta, I don't know, react to it much differently. It could be a little bit more chaotic. But some people are asking in the last video, is it just like having a giant 800-inch screen in front of your face? No, it's not. It's like the game is all you can see, and since each eye gets its own kind of perspective view of the game, it actually does look quite 3D. So this is much bigger, and that stuff's really far off in front of you. It's not like having just somebody, you know, a big screen or something like that. Looks like we got... No, 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 no. Oh gosh, this guy's gonna wreck me up. Yes, thanks for the boost, Lucio. Thanks for the boost. Anyhow, though, this game is really cool in 3D. I've also been playing some other games in 3D like this, or shall we say in VR, or Sim VR, whichever one we want to call it. Here, dude, get your shield back up. So I've really been enjoying it. Trinus is a pretty cool software. You can get it as just a demo, and it won't cost you much at all. However, you can also get it, you get 10 minutes gameplay, and then you can also apply for like an extended period of time to do it for a day or something like that, just to try it out. But it's only $10 after that, so it's actually a pretty good deal, and it's pretty cool if you happen to have kind of a headset like this, or, you know, a Google, though. I would definitely recommend a VR headset like this as opposed to something that is, you know, Google Cardboard. This is a big step up, even though it's kind of a cheap alternative. Yes, this teleported coming in handy now, come on. One thing about just aiming with your head, though, when you really start to think about it, pretty much all games are linked to the mouse. The only games I know, like Armor or something like that, are the ones that don't link to your head. And that's the only times that VR or head tracking in like an FPS game even makes sense, is if your head is aiming one direction and then you can snap to and put your rounds down range based on where you're actually looking. So I don't know, it's an interesting thing, and at the end of the day, kind of controlling with your head is not only nowhere near as accurate as just controlling with a mouse and keyboard or a controller. It also kind of locks you down. You can't necessarily play it like you would normally play it. So if I look this way, I get stuck. Come on, now I'm gonna rearrange. There we go. Yeah, no. Oh, he's gonna hurt me. He's gonna hurt me. Oh gosh. Tracer's here as well. Let me get my slows down. Come on, anybody else want some of this? Oh, that was right behind me. That was brutal. And I don't think unfortunately, I don't think my teleporter is up anymore. In total, though, I think this is a pretty cool experience. I'm not so sure it's going to be how you're always going to play this game. It's cool to give it a try. But I think that games that are more apt to being kind of a VR convert, I would say, is a good way of putting it, is Life is Strange. That was a game I was playing yesterday, and that game felt like it was quite a bit better in a VR experience because you just kind of felt you were in that world, and it was one of those games that's more about the story and just kind of the different options you're choosing. We're going to go ahead and throw some turrets up on this because that's kind of fun. And it isn't working because he's flanking me. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. I'm probably going to want to switch from Symmetra, giving the opportunity. She's okay, but she's not that best when it comes to, you know, her teleporter is not useful at this range. So I would be much better off. We already got a Lucio, so I think I might just go Mercy or either go attack. We already got a Pharaoh, though. Come on! Oh, I can feel my health just draining away. The nice thing, though, is I can definitely make out a lot more now that I'm in a different setup here. What do we have? We already got Lucio, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick Junkrat here. I can do pretty good with this guy. We'll see how I do in VR, though. If I get the opportunity, we're getting our butt kicked a little bit. I'm not doing that great. Come on. Come on, get Trace. She's hard to hit. There we go. Got her. Good deal. Alright, so we saved it. For now. Who's behind me? Where are you at? You over here? No? Yeah, see, moving your head around like this, like, especially in this game that is so fast-paced, you're gonna break your head. You're gonna break your neck just trying to look around fast enough. So, even though having both head tracking is kind of a cool thing, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna turn it off. There we go. Now it's off. Now I'm just gonna use my mouse and keyboard, and you know what? I think this is actually pretty much a better option for just about any convert game. You know, either you're playing with a controller, which is optimal, like an Xbox One wireless controller with the little dongle that you can get. You know, I think that's better than head tracking. Maybe in games... Oops, that's not good, that's not good. Nice move, though. Come on, where's she at? Darn it! Who'd she hit to get that back? Got her out, though. Crap, they caught me just enough. They're probably gonna kill us. Anyhow, though, like I was saying, games with the cockpit, let's say, Warhammer. Not Warhammer. War Thunder. That game is probably gonna be a game where you're gonna wanna have head tracking. Besides that, or other games that actually kind of are built to work with VR, you're probably just gonna play normal controls with your, you know, with whatever it is you have. Gosh darn, did you stick me with that? That stunk. Yeah, they're probably gonna take us here, I would expect. We're kind of just trickling out. Nice stick there, Trace. There's a bit of a delay though, like about 50 milliseconds, maybe 100 milliseconds, something like that. It's not terrible. I'm kind of used to playing with a little bit of delay since I've got so many audio things going on. They kind of get reprocessed as I'm making them. Ah, come on. trying to figure out your range of where people are at is definitely a different situation. Like, I was trying to figure out just what is the arc now that it, you know, it's perceived a more realistic distance. I'm pretty used to picking up how far away people are with, you know, on a flat screen like that. I could probably hit that guy straight up. But doing it like this is definitely different. You gotta relearn the arc when some of these weapons. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? Yes. Gosh, they're gonna hit me. Let me jump the wall. I can't jump that wall. I got one. I didn't get soldier guy. Is she gonna try? Come on. Come on. There we go. Good job. We got it. Only a minute 40 left. See, those were things I couldn't make out last time in my cardboard setup. I easily got twice the resolution and at least equal or a little bit better as far as the frame rates go. I'm really quite impressed on just how weak my phone is at actually running this. I have a Samsung Galaxy J3, which people haven't even heard of, but it's basically their value phone. I've got a pretty cheap cell phone plan because I really don't do anything besides check emails. People do call me, I just, like, usually don't answer them. Gotcha, sucker. But I don't text a lot either, so I don't know. I definitely at this point would probably like a little bit better system, but you know what, I didn't buy that at the same time. Like an LG G3 or G4 is probably like the perfect phone. Obviously, if you can get one of those like flagship phones like the G5 or something like that, you're really going to do well, but I don't think that's necessarily needed. Gosh, I got out of that. Alright, we're getting sniped over here. Now those people are quite far away from me, so unfortunately I'm having a hard time picking out exactly where they are. Being that they're farther away, they're a much smaller image on my screen than it would be, let's say, on this 24-inch screen in front of me. A lot easier to pick them out. So this probably isn't going to be the setup for you sniper guys, but if you want to give it a try, it's definitely out there, especially if you have a Google Cardboard. Just give Trinus a little bit of a download. Give it a try. Ooh, this might be their play of the game. Nope, we survived it. Come on, for the win! Yes, we won! And you know what? I was somewhat useful as compared to the last time when I was playing in a VR headset setup like this one here in Overwatch. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys found this informative. If you want to give it a try, you know what's up. You know how my setup works. If you got some extra questions, I might be able to answer some of those for you. Anyhow, though, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you next time, guys, here in Overwatch. I'll be playing with some other people, other YouTubers that I played with in the past here, and we'll be having some fun. Anyhow, though, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. If I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. Quickly now, quickly. We can do it. Rage potion. Help me out. Come on. Knock it down. Knock it down. One more. One more. Yeah. Woo. That's what I'm talking about. What up, dude? What up, dude? You weren't expecting me. Woo, baby. Spin, baby, spin. Spin, baby, spin. Spin, baby, spin. Woo. Ooh, you weren't expecting that one. 1 million. There we go. Now we're talking. That's the sound of money if I ever heard it. Woo! It's kind of got a weird ring to it. I'm liking it so far. Bye-bye!